Welcome once again to Living in the 21st Century. Joining me today is Professor Maxim and Professor Alek. They're both from the Ukraine, and we're here to discuss humanitarian needs and our venture together moving forward in raising funds for the Ukraine. So Professor Maxim, last conversation we had, we spoke about the importance of water for humanitarian needs and so forth in Ukraine. Could you just explain to us the essentials of that right now and the urgency of it, that investors here in the U.S. can make preparation or get involved in doing that?
Hello, Errol. Hello, everybody, viewers. I would like to split this question to me and to Alek because he knows, he will add some information. So general information, yes. During last 11th, soon they're going to be first anniversary of full-scale invasion of Russia, because the war is going on for almost 9 years already. But surely last year brought a lot of tragic events to Ukraine and a lot of humanitarian issues. So definitely it's a humanitarian crisis in Ukraine taking place. And one of the key issues, unfortunately, is drinking water. So water supply, because as you know, with the help of that huge, massive airstrikes, missiles attacks, Russia is ruining now critical infrastructure of Ukraine. And it's not about electricity, but as well concerns water supply, because when the electricity is off, then there is no water. And as you know, people can survive for a month without food, but without water, not more than a week. And that's the problem, because millions of Ukrainians now suffer from it. They don't have any water. For example, Kherson, the only administrative center Russians managed to occupy, when they fled, now they keep shelling it and people don't have water. So there is a Dnipro River, huge one, but it's not purified. So therefore, one of the key goals of our foundation, charity foundation, Rebuild Ukraine, Oleg is the president of, is now to supply people with water, drinking water. So Oleg will tell now a few words. He's a constructor himself of water purification station. And with the help of American organization, we created already 4 of them, supplied to Bucha. Everybody knows that tragedy of it, yes. Oleg will tell a few more words about it. Значит, Олег, рассказывай, проводи уже про...
Да, реализованный.
Да, рассказывай, я буду переводить.
Да, действительно, по итогам прошлого года, 2022, изготовлено и поставлено 5 установок по очистке воды. Установлено в Буче, установлено в Кривом Роге, установлено в Николаеве. Сейчас устанавливается город Макаров. И следующий будет, скорее всего, город Чернигов. То есть на 5 установок нам удалось собрать и изготовить, и подарить эти системы очистки воды.
So far, 5 water purification stations have been produced and transferred to the city council, such like, as I mentioned, Bucha, Kryvyi Rih, Kharkov, you mentioned, Nikolaev, and Makarov now is about to be transferred. So
maybe Chernigov.
And yes, and Chernigov as well. So it's the first project and a pretty successful one. But as I have mentioned, I'm already adding, yes, unfortunately we need, well, tens, if not hundreds of such water purification stations, because one water purification station may supply 30,000 of people with clear water. And that's the best goal. And the most important, it is twice less expensive than their equivalents in Europe, though the materials, everything is brought from there. So that's a very big plus, and therefore it is sponsored also by some American organization, RDI, yes, sponsored the production of these 5 stations. But unfortunately, as I have mentioned, we need much more of them, and that's why we are asking you assistants, your organizations, and all American citizens to help to do it, because unfortunately, Ukrainian state cannot supply, doesn't have enough money to do that, because as you know, now everything goes to the army, to buy weapons, to supply, etc., etc. So it's a very important, that's why we're asking American citizens and asking you to assist us to raise money and to produce these stations for people not to suffer, as you know, me and Oleg, we both come from Mariupol, the city absolutely destroyed by Russian occupants, was tragedy. His father died there because he couldn't have medical assistance. He used to be my coach of boxing. Yes, it was a tragedy also for me, and that's why we decided to join our efforts to help people, because we know how people suffered because they didn't have water. As I mentioned, firstly, after they ruined critical infrastructure, people didn't have any water. They were drinking from ponds, from the river. They melted snow, and some people died because they didn't have water, diseases and everything. And to prevent this tragedy, we are asking also for assistance of American citizens to help to prevent more tragedies, yes, and therefore we need to prepare it now.
Beautiful. So I want to make this absolutely clear to every American, whosoever would be listening to this message, or this plea rather. Ukraine is in dire need of water purification plants. This is to enable every single Ukrainian citizen to have access to clean drinking water. Whatever you do or wherever you are, whatever contributions you can make to the Ukrainian society is a plus, and it will be saving someone else's life. Having said that, Professor Maxim, the other thing is, in Let's Rebuild in Ukraine, beyond the water, there are several more humanitarian needs, be it food, clothing. Obviously, shelter is one, but that comes under the umbrella of business opportunities and reinvesting or investing actually in the Ukraine. Now, Let's Rebuild Our Ukraine clearly has their website set up and how you can go about doing things and getting access to the relevant information that they acquire to get things done. So with that being said, could you explain a little bit of potential and future business opportunities to Americans and those who want to, who have lots of money put down and want to invest it in any other areas of development? Is there a way you can speak to those people right now and let them know the details of business opportunities that Ukraine has to offer?
Yes, definitely. I will cover, first of all, the humanitarian needs and the problems, yes, we are facing challenges. And then Oleg will tell in details about business opportunities
Yes.
we can propose, yes. So definitely, as I have mentioned, there are about 15 officially million refugees in Ukraine, which left Ukraine. They had to leave Ukraine. So 3-4 millions of Ukrainians are still in Ukraine. So they're inner refugees, and definitely millions already are in need of the housing. They don't have it. So I had this problem. My mother, sister were saved. I evacuated them, but definitely we are renting. They are renting flat. But of course, it's a tragedy, and their flats are ruined, their houses are ruined, and even now it's a huge problem already in Bucha, in Borodyanka, all around Ukraine, Mariupol, on the front line, millions of people facing this problem because they have nowhere to live. And of course, to supply them with houses, Oleg created this charity foundation, Rebuild Ukraine, as well, Rebuild, yes? So the main goal to build smart cities, smart, small local, Oleg will explain now more about it and about business opportunities. Значит, расскажи немножко о городах, да, и о бизнес-возможностях, которые есть вот для инвесторов именно американских, предоставлен этот основной проект.
Я думаю, что здесь нужно на два направления разбить необходимость финансирования. Действительно, как минимум десяток городов нуждается в системе очистки воды питьевой. И это будет как раз и залогом того, что эти города и могут стать теми опорными пунктами, в которых мы и будем строить новые города. Условно говоря, мы выбираем города, нуждающиеся и в воде, и в новом жилье.
So, Alexa, we should split the issue to 2 points. So first of all, there are tens of towns, cities which need water purification plants. And there, in that cities nearby, we can also enter around it. Yes, we can build smart cities, which I mentioned, for refugees. So we can combine both doing these charity opportunities and then investments to build around that places already smart cities for refugees.
И, безусловно, строительство городов подразумевает предоставление работы, где будут жить и работать эти люди. Если построить город и не дать работу, то это будет депрессивный город. Значит, соответственно, мы строим микрорайон жилой или маленький город на 1000 семей и предоставляем им индустриальную возможность, индустриальный хаб, где они будут работать.
So definitely when we build these smart cities, towns to be correct, yes, for example, one for thousands of families. So definitely these people, these refugees, will need to work, a place to work, yes, because otherwise it would be depressive. So we should also supply them with job opportunities. And here we have and will be opened opportunities for investments, because definitely in such towns they're going to be built industrial hubs.
Okay.
Как вариант.
Yeah, you продолжи.
Как вариант развития индустриальных хабов мы взяли несколько направлений. Первое – это переработка сырьевой базы, которая есть на тех громадах, где будут располагаться города. Так как Украина до войны была очень сильно экспортоориентирована, как сырьевая страна, непереработанно вывозились каолиновые глины, зерно, пшеница. У нас переработке подвергалось только подсолнечное масло. Значит, соответственно, сырье вывозилось без первичной переработки. И наши индустриальные хабы будут рассматривать возможность первичной переработки сырья, которая есть в надрах или в агропромышленном комплексе Украины.
So the first opportunity and the key direction, yes, it is recycling. As Ukraine before full-scale war was a strongly exported-oriented country, yes, we were exporting grain, metals, and raw materials, but we didn't recycle it. So definitely now it's a huge field for investments is recycling of all materials, including first of all agricultural ones, and also other materials and other spheres. Here we can say for a long time it will take a problem to say. So recycling is the first direction.
Okay.
Второе направление – это восстановление индустриального потенциала. То есть был завод, пусть он даже с устаревшим оборудованием, но к нему подведены все сети. Наружные сети, электричество подведено, вода, канализация, железная дорога. Значит, базово есть промышленное предприятие, которому нужно дать новые индустриальные технологии и продолжить изготавливать. Как, например, Макаровский район, где мы хотим строить первый город, там стекольный завод был, работал, осталась сырьевая база, остался песок, но завод перестал существовать. Необходимость в стекле в Украине огромная, вся стройка, все стеклопакеты, везде нужно стекло, в Украине стекла нет. Его везли из Белоруссии и из России. Мы понимаем, что эти два направления уже не существуют. Значит, вот индустриальная ниша, делайте.
So the second direction, the main one, is rebuilding.
Right.
So as Ukraine still has, but used to have much bigger industrial potential, there were plenty of industrial enterprises everybody heard about. Azovstal, for example, in Mariupol, one of the biggest, hugest industrial plants, metallurgic plants in the former USSR, just for example. Now it's absolutely ruined. So, and in these towns, cities, villages where battles took place and continue, yes, a lot of enterprises are ruined, but at the same time, there are resources, material base, infrastructure, electricity supply, etc., water supply was made beforehand. So just the most important now to rebuild it, to rebuild these enterprises and to launch the production. Just for example, as the first small town Makarev, where we are going to build the first our smart city, and we have already all the necessary permissions, yes, and the most important, we have already land. There was a glass production plant. So Ukraine is a huge need of producing glasses. We didn't have, we were importing it from Belarus, from Russia, but there is such a plant which may be rebuilt and will definitely has a huge investment potential and for then to be a successful enterprise. That's what we are going to do. So both to build their smart city for refugees and at the same time to build a glass producing enterprise which will supply all Ukraine its needs, and definitely it's a very good investment project.
Третье направление, которое мы объединили, это логистические центры. Так как большое количество и строительных материалов все будет заезжать в Украину, и то, что мы изготавливаем, будет экспортироваться, логистические центры по разным направлениям будут необходимы. И рядом с нашими городами, с центральными магистралями мы строимся, выбираем места хорошие. Логистический центр – это третье направление бизнеса, которое мы будем развивать.
And the third and the last one direction we are going to develop is logistics centers. Because definitely when the war is over and already it's highly in need, yes, to rebuild Ukraine, to supply refugees with houses, etc., etc. So definitely we'll be importing a lot of materials outside Ukraine because here industry infrastructure is ruined and we cannot supply all these needs before we rebuild these new enterprises. So definitely, and the third direction is making these logistics centers all around Ukraine, and also, as Oleg mentioned, just we are going in that places, towns where we are going build, rebuild enterprises, and then with the help of these logistics centers, both will be importing and bringing materials from which we are going to build these towns, and also to export production of these enterprises we are going to rebuild in this investments project. So this is three key main directions for investments, which definitely has a huge potential for investors from the United States, and that's what we are asking. You're welcome to participate in that projects.
Okay. Categorically, do you have a target business or corporation or businesses rather here in the U.S. that you would like to say specifically, here is the moment we should get involved and invest? I mean, believe it or not, banks love to invest in the right kind of projects because it builds wealth for them. Then there are other corporations that would be very well interested in water purification. Then there are some that may very well be willing to build in infrastructure and so forth. Is there like a target audience or a target group of businesses that you would like to speak specifically to get involved? Now is the best time to do so.
Олег спрашивает, есть ли специальная целевая аудитория бизнеса, к которым ты хотел бы обратиться, которые могли бы быть заинтересованы в инвестировании в эти проекты, то есть в конкретных сферах?
Я думаю, что более правильно ответить так. Мы во время нашей совместной работы, и так как мы подписали меморандумы о совместной работе, значит, и мы начинаем и продолжаем совместно работать, мы будем готовить свои технико-экономические обоснования бизнеса, которые мы видим наиболее перспективным, отправлять вам, согласовывать, делать шоурум, показывать. И это будет больше конкретики. Потому что сейчас у нас достаточно разговор такой идет на стадии научной проработки, на стадии формирования, на стадии предложения. Расчетного предложения сейчас нет, но могу сказать, что рентабельность, которая нас интересует, это не менее 25-35% рентабельности на привлеченные деньги. Мы говорим о высокорентабельном бизнесе.
So Oleg is saying that so far we are at the stage of making proposals. Yes, technical proposals, all agreements. We are doing it. We are developing it, and therefore we signed a memorandum for cooperation with your organization, Errol, and also asking other businesses to ask for. So we are preparing, we're in the process of preparing these proposals. The most important, what we should and must say now, we are oriented on a high profitable project with a level of profit at least 25-30%. So all these projects are going to be about. And taking into account that, as we have mentioned, they're going to be cities, logistics, yes, industrial centers, there will be new and new levels and directions for investments, starting for raw materials, production, exporting, and then building groups. We are doing it, developers, yes, and different kinds of businesses. So we are welcoming, and in the process, if you are interested, we are going to supply you with these business opportunities and prepared proposals.
В дополнение к твоим словам я бы сказал, что и технологии, связанные с строительством, теплоснабжения, водоотведения, водоочистка, все, что связано с билдингом, те технологии, которые мы можем применить в строительстве нашего города, нам тоже интересны и тоже you're welcome.
Да, and yes, Oleg is adding that what we are looking for and what kind of businesses can be interested. Yes, water purification, water supply, energy supply, infrastructure projects. So all that kind of businesses definitely will be involved in building of our smart cities, and those who have these technologies, they are absolutely welcome to join us and to be a part of our project.
Well, great. Maxim, we are wrapping up soon on the last 2 minutes of this program. But I want to just say to the audience out there who's going to be viewing this show is that Let's Rebuild Our Ukraine, the Socioeconomic Development Foundation of Boston, and Errol Ford Ministries International had partnered, and it is sealed by the government of Ukraine Justice Department under the knowledge of the Vice Prime Minister. And we're going to work together in unity to see how best we can represent those in Ukraine and assist them in getting the needs they want. So with that being said, feel free anytime to go on Let's Rebuild Our Ukraine website. You'll be hearing more about it as time go on. And we are planning to give your assistance to the best of your ability, plant the seed, the investment opportunities. Let's say it's time to start a new page, and we are here to work with you. So I want to say, Maxim, if there's anything you or Professor-elect want to say right now at this moment before we wrap up in the next 2 minutes, feel free to do so.
Yes, I will express our both points of view because we are short of time. Definitely will appreciate, as you have mentioned, yes, we work in cooperation, we signed memorandum, we have a governmental support approved, and there are plenty. If you go to our website, you can see in details what we have already done and the details of our project. And definitely I would like to ask to address, addressing to American citizens, please, yes, help us to rebuild Ukraine, to solve these key